Hey guys, we're gonna switch gears and I'm gonna talk about an opportunity that I see on YouTube quite a bit lately. And that would be AI music. Now, no doubt, any real musician is truly distraught by the prospect of AI coming in and doing music. And that is understandable because you want that money. And it can be the perfect scapegoat as well. But ultimately, nothing matters. We're just gonna roll with how this world is evolving. And one service that I could really highlight here is Refusion. It's in beta, and you can generate songs for free with it. Now, generally, generating songs is not that pricey, but it's still somewhat pricey. And if you ask me about the state of AI songs, I would say that when it comes to instrumental, it is pretty amazing, but some AI models, arguably most of them, could somewhat struggle with variety. And lyrics kind of add a little bit of difficulty, but this AI model, for example, Refusion, is really good at it, but still, that might make it a little bit trickier. So let's just try it out. Create the music you imagine. Sci-fi ambient. Right. Let's make it instrumental, and we can just generate. Okay. Maximum concurrent generations reach, so we can generate 6 songs at the same time. And it really takes you up most 1 minute to do so. Of course, the song is kind of a banger. Let's just turn it on. Of course, this is a sci-fi ambient. But regardless, this is not really the main point I'm getting at. But of course, if you have some kind of a genre that you very much enjoy, and let's say that it is underserved, and I'm not even really talking about commercial application here, but you can just generate those kind of songs. So let's say that you just really like one song, and if you can express the kind of style that you are kind of longing for, then AI can just generate you as many songs as you like. Suno would be another service, and probably the most popular one these days, just to make songs. But this is more limited, because you get like 50 credits a day, and that's like 10 songs, right? And with the other service, we were creating 6 songs concurrently, and there's no limit. An interesting part that in this case, we actually have some kind of a I guess top list or something. So people are upvoting their favorite music, and you see a lot more variety than you would see when it comes to popular media, where everything is like pop or something. So personally, I kind of find it a little bit ironic that AI is kind of beating people on originality. And some could be crying about, but no one wants to listen to my unoriginal garbage now. But how is this utilized on YouTube? And I have a few examples, but generally speaking, what you would see is that these channels release one hour long video per week. Releasing more can be more profitable, but also it might lead to YouTube just burying your channel because you're posting too much. So the most I really see is 1 video a day. And we can see that this channel in particular tends to post more. So this is an ambient channel. And we're not gonna look at the video specifically. That really doesn't matter. What is interesting is how much they are really making here. So in 1 year, they possibly made like 200,000. And got 27 million views. Now this might not seem that impressive in a vacuum, because there could be channels that are making more, but this channel is also 1 year old. Just literally posting AI music. Also showing that here the music doesn't matter. In fact, you might argue it's a little low effort, but when it comes to video itself, you either see a still image, or possibly many still images, Or you see, well, you might call this an animated image, but what usually happens is that you have like a 5 to 10 second video that just loops. And they have that loop for like 1 hour. And they have like, most likely, if we see that the average music is like 3 minute long, then they have like 20 tracks. And these ambient channels can be even lower effort. You don't even need 20 songs necessarily. Because for me, for example, like no matter where you really click into the video, it pretty much sounds the same. When you're listening to some kind of ambient music or noise. And this would be another channel, Hyperdrive Sound. And this channel is 2 months old, and their very first video got 1.7 million views. Now that is the start you want on YouTube. And when it comes to the video, as you can see, it's a literal still image with like 20 songs or something. And basically, it just told the AI to make some kind of jazz. And that is what they have running here. Here's another AI song channel that is not even hiding that it's AI song. And this is an interesting element because you might be thinking that if it's AI song, then people are gonna hate that. And it doesn't seem to be the case. It has 52,000 subscribers. And the oldest video on the channel is 7 months old. So that's pretty good gain. Then we got another channel, Evil Sound. Oldest video on the channel is 7 months old. So this is just, again, spamming AI music. Got like 3 videos a week. Now, technically speaking, more videos the better, but YouTube might start hiding your videos if you post too many videos. Also, really worth pointing out that, as you can tell, they are pretty strategic about the thumbnails they use. So they're going for hot anime chicks. Obviously, you just want to get the clicks. This is actually somewhat an interesting lesson that I'm kind of learning, that thumbnail relevance almost doesn't matter. At least you can see it all the time, that they have a thumbnail that really gets clicks, and despite that the video is not strictly about that, it is still very well received. And because of the thumbnail, know that it got more attention. So if you make a thumbnail that really speaks to a particular user, you try to be descriptive, like, yeah, this is this is for you, buddy. And this might be appreciated by your very much targeted audience, but you will get less views. And the crux of that is that suppose you're getting like X amount of views on average, and let's say that on the next video you get half, right? That also means that the next video after that is also gonna be promoted less. So half as much. Really not many things matter on YouTube, but kind of how much views you're getting, how much money you're getting, and likes and comments, I suppose, matter somewhat. But almost certainly, getting less views is gonna matter more than getting less likes. So we got another channel here, Chill Cartoon Vibes, and here the oldest video is 10 months old. The channel has almost 100,000 subscribers, and also getting a crap ton of views. And it's posting 5-hour videos. So for example, this video came out 13 days ago, 225,000 views. And basically throughout the video, the music sounds the same. They have this image that kind of like barely changes. That's pretty much it. And it's also mass loved. Everyone just loved this video. And by the way, it's not just that video, but like all their videos are getting crazy views. 720,000 3 weeks ago. And also keep in mind, that's a 5-hour video. Because the more views you get and the longer the video, the more you get paid. Now, no doubt, this is probably not a niche that pays that much. If you went into some kind of finance niche, that no doubt would be worth more. But the sheer amount of views they're getting is just nuts. And this is another channel. This is posting 2-hour-long videos about like 3, maybe 4 a week. And at this point, you pretty much see the strategy. Just make 1 to 2 hour long, or possibly longer, if you can get away with it, videos of AI music. Make some kind of a very click-worthy thumbnail. If you don't know what to go for, then go for something that people might know, like some kind of cyberpunk thing, or if we really have no idea, then just go for some anime girl. Because keep in mind that this one, personally speaking, like just posting like Celtic Irish fiddle rock and going with this picture, right? And some might say like, oh yeah, like they should have went for something more appropriate or more fitting. It doesn't matter, right? Getting clicks matters. And they use some kind of Celtic picture of some guy or cottage or whatever, then that video would get like, 20 views. Another channel that's doing the same thing. Just pick a niche, stick with it, and most likely just post a young hot woman, I suppose. And so you can see that the video itself is nothing really special. So this would be another channel. And you can see that here the strategy for the thumbnail is different, because they're not going for some kind of a hot anime chick, but they're going for like a tree or a cottage or something, because this is meditating and relaxing or something. So we got another channel. Interestingly, they started posting 1 year ago. They post a lot. They have 537 videos. Apparently they are an ambient music artist and a painter. Yeah, sure, I don't know, horse. They literally post 22-hour-long music, at least once a day. They do that posted twice a day in the past. As you can see that they're just looping a video for like 22 hours. That is the strat. Well, they are playing some kind of song. Some kind of a chill song in the background. Yeah, the interesting part here is that this so-called artist apparently is making almost 300,000 per year. And they started 1 year ago. So we got another channel that does this, Focus Soundscapes. And you can see that they are trying to use known things, Blade Runner ambience, Blade Runner, Dune ambience, Blade Runner, Cyberpunk, Blade Runner. Because if you don't, well, short of it is that it's just gonna help people find your video. If someone is like searching for that, then like, oh yeah, this video is gonna be good for me. And of course they started 1 year ago. And by the way, I'm not sure it needs to be demonstrated, but making such a video is super easy. You might not even need a video editor for it. So for example, I made this in command line. So basically all I did is I downloaded 20 made-core songs that I generated with AI, and I just joined them together and added a picture on it. That's it. So we're not using a looping video here. But otherwise, this is pretty much on the level of almost all that you see that is kind of spammed on YouTube. And honestly, I think AI makes pretty good songs. So, by the way, I'm totally indifferent to who's making the good music. I just like music, that's it. And by the way, there are so many more. So many more. There are hundreds. In a way, I'm actually giving you guys somewhat of a variety. And you can see that this channel too is only 4 months old. And follows the same style of some chick, some kind of style, and spam it. Almost always, and usually like 1 hour long videos, but as we can see that those with 5 or even like 22 hour long videos could be making a buck. By the way, I did not even consider possible earnings when it comes to Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube Music. So that could be an extra. So we merely looked at the videos. Most of them are posting collections instead of songs, so that might somewhat hinder them from spreading to Spotify and YouTube Music and Apple Music. But you also gotta keep in mind that if they have songs that are real bangers, then it would make sense to post those there and ultimately just make extra money, right? And if you can just automate the posting of your songs to those platforms, then it would be even better. So at this point, I'm not even covering automation here. But also, this is not necessarily even that work intensive, because just to be in this game, essentially, all you will need to do is generate 20 songs, right? Join them together, slap a picture on it, or a 5 or 10-second looping video, and release it like 4 times per month. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting one part. You probably need to generate 4 anime chicks too as a thumbnail. And that's it. Of course, if you're running an ambient channel, then maybe you gotta generate the tree or something. And that's pretty much the game. You can hate the game, you can play the game. I am just telling you about it. Just based on what I've seen, people are very easily making tens of millions of dollars with it right now. And you gotta keep in mind that, especially if you look at these channels, we can see that, well, either they are very, very eagerly copying each other, but that's certainly the case, but you gotta keep in mind that most of these channels are more likely owned by the same person. So, yeah. So owning one might be good, but owning 50 could be real good. Also, from what I'm seeing, automation of these channels is, well, rather easy. It is still somewhat limited because do you just want to generate an image and use it as a thumbnail? For sure. And do you just want to generate the video and use it on loop? Because I've seen it through my adventures that they went with this strategy, but they didn't actually get a thumbnail that was really clickbaity, or possibly they did not really have a video that was looping, that was something that was appreciated by the audience. So you might not want to go totally hands off. And of course, the main star of the show would be the music. And currently the music APIs are pretty much non-existent. There's like one that exists that uses Refusion, but it is kind of pricey. And others are not really offering an API. You just get to generate these songs when you go to their site. Still, I would argue that you probably would be looking at like $1 to $2 per video if you really want to automate it. Although, of course, and your time to perfectly set it up. And if you don't fully automate, or you don't automate at all, aside from, I suppose, creating the music, it might be even free, but I guess it would need you. But it's also not that time demanding. So that's it. My journey of investigating these AI music YouTube channels. And YouTube really pushes them. And they're all new, and they're all making a killing. All right, see ya.